It's goody, my boy.
Oh shit! I played Boom.
No way. I just realized I have a bye. I did just realize that. Oh shit.
It feels like they'll
I'm
cheat
dead.
it.
They
It feels
gave
like they'll
me
cheat
they
it.
gave they gave me the bye. That's crazy. Or am I out the? I can't be out the offset number 2. No, hold on, let me
Skill
go look at this
buffs.
bracket.
Jump again. Oh.
So I have the bye. I have the bye. I have the. Oh, it's because I'm ranked 2, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alabama's at 7.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Rand, you can't lose this.
Did I just kill the enemy?
Yeah, like actually, you can't lose this at all.
Oh. Seems like he died.
Cause LSU's in basically no matter what at 9. He's at like a weird spot. He's basically in no matter what. Um, Tennessee's not in, which is I think because he's ranked like 16 or some shit like that. But he has a better conference record, I guess, than LSU. I don't really know how they decided that conference shit because me, Tennessee, and LSU all have 1 loss, but I'm ranked highest, and Tennessee's ranked the lowest. And you're ranked middle, like you're ranked 7th, and LSU's ranked 9th. So I really would have thought. Well, I guess that does make sense. That does make sense. You have the best SEC record up against the second best SEC record, but Tennessee's not already in the playoffs because of ranking, so he has to fight to get in. That's my only way of looking at it. Maybe because he's on the
Yeah,
7
but
game win.
just think about this. If you
Maybe because
win,
he's on his 7 game win streak too, so like he's on the streak, which would put him in the conference championship like spot.
if you
Maybe because
win,
he's on his 7 game win streak too, so like he's on the streak, which would put him in the conference championship like spot. Boone's got to win to play in. Me, LSU are gonna sit in regardless. Arkansas needs Boone to win to get in at 13 because he's ranked higher than Tennessee, but he has 2 conference losses. So if he's gonna get in at all by any glory or chance, it's got to be with Boone beating you. That's the only way he can get in. Boone can only get in by beating you. LSU should be in without, regardless, win or lose from you. And you might get another SEC team either way if Ant loses or wins, because that'll open up 11.
Come on, Boone.
But
Lol.
Ant's gotta win. It's a game he's like gotta win.
You got no notification.
Gotta figure out how you're gonna get that done.
It's on the boosted. It's not odd.
Hop on chat, Boone. I'm about to send you an invite.
I'm playing on, but it couldn't do that. I don't know.
I was definitely prepared to play. That's ass, though, because now I can't get a conference championship or even fight for one.
Are you gonna go pick up mommy?
When she get off here,
We live, Walking YB.
I bet.
That's ass.
Yeah, be quiet, we live.
You picking up co-host duties, Walking YB. Co-host duties, Walking YB. Walking YB, they robbed you, Walking YB. You were second in the ACC conference, and somehow North Carolina jumped you. I get it, but I don't understand how they allow
Them
Tennessee to
tiebreakers are
jump.
not accurate.
How they let Tennessee jump Oklahoma in the SEC, and they rank number 2 is mind-boggling to me.
I think it's because I'm getting the bye regardless. That's why.
Yeah, that game, but
On a playoff standard, it's because I'm getting the bye. On a
Yeah, 'cause
conference standard, I don't understand it because
you rank number 2 right now in the conference,
Yes.
right? Like, I mean, CFP right now, you number 2. So this is what's gonna happen. Washington, Ohio State play in the Big Ten championship, and I don't think the loser of that game falls out of the playoffs. Period.
No.
But right now, LSU, Nebraska, uh, LSU, Nebraska, and I would say UCLA right now are all in kind of safe territory in a sense. No game. Only way they falling if something happened in front of them. Like Washington, a loss to Washington or Ohio State can hurt LSU, UCLA, and if it comes down to this: if Colorado lose, they out the playoffs. If Alabama lose, they out the playoffs.
Yeah.
Period. Everybody else that's in the conference championship game got an opportunity to still be in the playoffs with one loss. So that's how it's going. Florida State, UCLA, LSU, and Nebraska are all in like that borderline safe zone right now. The question is, if Tennessee upsets Alabama in the conference championship, do that move them into the playoffs?
Yes.
So Tennessee, Colorado. Look, what about Arizona State? No loss this year. They lose in the conference championship. Do that drop them out the playoffs because they're in the Big 12 and our conference schedule ain't tough like that? So would they fall 7 spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think they'll.
I was number 6, lost to Arizona State and fell to number 12, moved back up to number 11. So 6 to 12, I fell 6 spots. If Arizona State was to lose, they will fall 6 spots.
Yeah, I was about to say he won't be out. He wouldn't be out.
It's good football down the stretch right now, man. We're gonna have all day long good football, right? Like look at the bracket right now, and you see the bracket teams on the out. Right now, Colorado snuck back into the bracket right now. And I think again, like I said, UCLA, Colorado, LSU, Nebraska are all teams that are on that borderline safe or not safe. Colorado can't lose. They're out of it. Colorado must win the SEC championship to remain in the playoffs. Tennessee must win to get ourselves a chance to get in the playoffs. And depending on what happens in some of these championship games will determine the fate of UCLA and LSU. I think Nebraska sitting at 8 is safe. I don't think not playing the game can drop them past 2 spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ohio State is safe. Ohio State is safe in the.
Damn.
Oklahoma is the only team to me that's safe in the quarterfinal right now. Like all up.
Hold on. Let me see something. Nebraska can't have.
If Ohio State or Washington lose, they beat Nebraska. That's the only thing going for them. They both beat Nebraska, so then it will come down to the score of those games.
Yeah, because LSU doesn't play anybody, so LSU's only going to move up. LSU's only going to benefit. He doesn't play anybody.
If I lose,
Nebraska,
who gonna
though,
jump me?
Nebraska should only move up 2 because they don't play anybody. Yeah. Yeah, the only
Nebraska,
quarterfinal is.
LSU, and UCLA don't have a game to play. So if they was to drop, it will be because of
I don't
teams
fall
that are in
past
front of
12.
them, where the teams that are in front of them that loss, right? Like a one loss Washington or a one loss Ohio State can affect
Yeah.
UCLA, LSU, or Nebraska.
Yeah, you're right. The only quarterfinal team is Oklahoma that don't got to
Yeah,
worry about anything.
everybody else is fighting to stay in the quarterfinals right now, right? If Arizona State lose, they're gonna fall out of the quarterfinal. Washington or Ohio State. That's the crazy part right there because who would jump them, right? Like, look, who would jump? Washington and Ohio State both got a quarterfinal. If one
Well,
of
if
them
Washington
lose,
lose, I instantly go to 1. Arizona State goes to 2. I mean to 3. Ohio State's 3, which would probably push North Carolina to 4. Whichever one loses, North Carolina should slide to the
but
4.
here's the kicker: Washington is more safer than Ohio State with a loss. Ohio State got one loss.
Yeah.
If Washington beat Ohio State, that's going to affect Ohio State more. Now they're not going to drop from out of. I don't think they drop out of the playoffs with a loss. It's
Nah, he
possible
drops to
though
like
with 2
8 though.
losses, he could drop
He
to 8
drops
or
to like
9
8.
with no
I think
problem.
like 8 or 9 is where he's gonna be at if he loses.
Yeah. This is interesting because listen, Alabama hasn't lost a game since the first 2 weeks and 3 weeks of the season. But if they lose to Tennessee, that give them 3 losses. Then how much does that play a factor in them being in the playoffs still? Because
If Bama
honestly,
loses, they literally are putting the fate and everything for them to basically be out. I feel
right.
like they gotta view it as a must win game.
If
They can't
this is a must win game for Alabama, flat
can't
out,
chance it.
flat out. Like if Alabama loses this game, they put it in the fate. And although their losses is better than UCLA's, Colorado, Clemson's. Well, Clemson beat them. So all right. Well, and Nebraska and LSU. So that would be the hard part because if you're really doing it by the eye test, Alabama could still stay in there with 3 losses, but just because that third loss is on the docket and nobody else is really
I was
fighting for
about to say
playoffs with
none
3
of them other
losses.
teams is not gonna have 3 losses.
Yeah,
It's just going
yeah.
automatically. And then obviously the UTSA team is going to take up a spot that really could be. That's where Arkansas,
Yeah, but see, I thought they
Florida
got
State.
rid of that. I thought they got rid of the group of 5 having an automatic playoff bid, but they didn't. They just got rid of them automatically having a quarterfinal bid.
Corner fight a bit, yeah. I was about to say they moved it like that. So the first group
3
of 5
losses
teams
is the
that's
only thing
available.
that make it a good question.
Now, yeah, Nebraska, LSU are safe. Clemson safe no matter really what happens.
See, a lot of
Even
this come down to strength.
situation.
A lot of this come down to strength of schedule right now, and like remember Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, all had them dog schedules, being them high overall teams like that, right? Like they got the dog schedules, and it actually benefited them. Because then what happens is they made the Big Ten and the SEC stronger and the ACC stronger. If you see it, you're paying attention to it. Look, Arizona State, the only team that really can make the Big 12 strong. Colorado too, but Arizona State is really the only thing in the Big 12 that can really keep them, above water right now. So those teams that are all sitting there without having to play a game right now that are already in playoff berths, they strong because of the teams that's in their like think about it. UCLA going to be strong, finishing undefeated in the conference play, and only losing 2 games. And who they lose to? They lost 2 games to SEC opponents. Nebraska, same thing. Their 2 losses was to the top 2 teams, one of the top 2 teams in the country. Well, one of the top 3 teams in the country, Washington and Ohio State. And then it's when did they lose, right? Same thing with LSU. That SEC schedule is allowing that 10-2 to be at 9 right now.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting. The only one I'm really thrown off of is how the SEC shit was, because I'm looking at the only way I'm really thinking about it and how I see it is Bama had undefeated conference schedule. I mean conference, so
They
he
get the
automatically gets
automatic
his
bid
bid.
in.
Yeah, he gets automatic bid in, and then out of the 3 teams that's 7-1, I was ranked in the top 4, so I'm thinking like automatic
It
bid.
don't
So
make sense that you are number 2 in the nation and fall to number 4 in the SEC conference after beating Texas Tech. Do you think that win hurt you only winning about 3? You think that's the reason why you lost? Because if you watch what Tennessee did, just this is the problem. Tennessee had a CPU, LSU got a forced win. That's what dropped you because you played a user week 13 and it was a 3-point win versus whatever LSU score was and Tennessee blew out the computer. I think
I
those
mean,
blowouts
I
jumped
don't
them in
know.
front of you.
I got for last week's I got 1,042. I mean, 1,400 points. I don't know. I don't.
I'm trying to think of what the committee saw that make y'all go to 4 in SEC play right now. I'm confused with 1
Yeah.
SEC loss. Who y'all lost to again?
Um. Who the fuck did we lose to, bro? I was being a dickhead. Texas A&M, I think. Yeah, Texas
Hey,
A&M.
And that loss hurt you because Boone blew them the fuck out. That's the loss that hurt you. Boone blew them out, and then Albert got the forced win to him. There it go right there.
Yeah. I was about to say, and I
There it go
lost
right
mine
there.
too to
There it go right there. Yep, that's it right there. Yep, that's it right there. Well, look, honest to God, TCU almost beat me out to go to the conference. And in a sense, right? Like if you just being technical, it would have been better for them to go in there for Colorado, right? We don't have to put the fate, even though you want the fate in your own hand. But like UCLA, it's better that they don't play. With 2 losses, UCLA is in the best spot. So is Nebraska. Them not having to play in that championship game is helping them.
LSU too. All three of them
Yeah,
are sitting there chilling.
yeah, it's
They
chilling.
shouldn't move no matter what enough for them to be affected by like whoever
Yeah,
loses.
because
It don't
not
really
playing the
matter.
game, only thing got drop like they only can drop a spot or two, and that's not going to pin it. Like if look, if Nebraska dropped 2 spots, they 10. If LSU dropped 2 spots, they 12. That could hurt them. But I don't see them
No, they
dropping
be
two
11.
spots.
LSU go from 9 to 11.
They number 10.
LSU's 9.
I mean, I'm at UCLA. My bad.
UCLA. Oh
I'm at
yeah.
UCLA.
UCLA would definitely be the one because he also has Washington and Ohio State in his like conference. That
Right.
definitely would be the one.
And he didn't have to play them, which gave Nebraska the strength of schedule. That's why you see Nebraska sitting at number 8 and not UCLA. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Nebraska lost to number 1 Washington and number 3 Ohio State. UCLA didn't play either one of them, so that's why
Weird ass
they
tiebreakers.
in there right now. Or else you would see UCLA sitting at 8 and Nebraska at 10. But all right, North Carolina at UTSA in the college football playoffs if the playoffs was to start today. However, we do got conference championship games to play, and we're gonna have a rematch of last year's ACC championship, North Carolina versus Clemson. Nebraska and
That
LSU are sitting at. Go ahead, I'm listening. Max.
actually, my fault. The winner of that game gets pushed. I was saying automatic, but I forgot they have to play their conference championship
Yeah,
game.
and the winner of that
The
game is
winner of them gonna go to the quarterfinals.
right. The winner of that game go to the quarterfinals. But look, if Falk lose, that give him 2 losses at number 5. If Clemson lose, that give them 2 losses at number 6. They both.
Clemson might go out.
Yeah, that's a playoff spot out. If North Carolina fall anywhere between 6 and 7 spots, they can be out. Like a loss, depending on how far the drop is off that loss, is going to determine everything.
Well, no, because 5 and 6 between them, if either one of them lose for real, you got to take into account 1 and 3 are gonna lose too. So like the feathers that ruffle is really gonna be like, it's the scores.
Yeah.
The
So it's
scores
a
will ruffle it,
scenario.
and then some other shit.
It's a scenario because of one playing 3. It's a scenario that 5 and 6, the loser can still be in the playoffs
That's what I'm saying. That like, yeah, and you got to take into account that Bama is playing somebody that's not even in the bracket at all.
at
So
all.
like,
And
number
that,
wise, that's a
but
big gap of like places of range
so what
to
game
take
is?
into account.
So with that being said,
We
with Bama
outside that
playing,
Huskies.
with Bama playing Tennessee, right, and Tennessee not even in the bracket. Tennessee get a win and win the SEC championship. Do that automatically put them in the playoffs?
Automatic bid.
Now, my question to you
And
is,
Tennessee's at 13, 14. They're at 14.
Cool, you want to run it?
I tell you like this: the fate of
Yeah.
Alabama and the fate of Clemson. I mean, the fate of Alabama and the fate of Colorado is on the line right now in these championship games because Arizona State could lose and still be in the playoffs.
No
Yeah,
way I slide one spot.
Nah, you won't slide one spot if you beat 7 because like you got to also take into account automatically 1 and 3 are losing and 5 and 6 one of them have to lose. You're gonna slide
Well,
into the playoffs 100%.
oh
And
yeah, I was saying I was 13 and I went to 14.
Well, Boone, I had been 10 for 3 weeks. I won every game. I've
You got to
been
look at who bumped down though. What lost? I mean, what won? They won something that bumped them down, and you didn't do anything last week. That would have made sense.
Got it.
Especially yeah, if somebody had, or 2 weeks ago, depending on if you played a CPU and then a bye week.
Rand was sitting at number 10 or 9 at some point and he been lost his 2 games, ain't lose a game since and dropped to 10.
Man, that's crazy.
But he moved back up to 7 though.
Man. Shit, you hadn't hit
Look,
it?
I lost, and didn't play a game since that loss and moved from 12 to 11.
Yeah.
Somebody got the
Yeah,
what
boom,
call it?
mute your shit, boom. Mute your the broadcast, the one we put my show.
Or just cut it down.
I'm not listening to it.
Somebody listening to it live while on headset.
Yeah, I'm not listening.
It's gone. I thought it was gone. But it's gonna be tough. I'm trying to keep up with it all. I'm trying to look at it now, but as the games is getting played, it'll probably play out some more. I'll be able to like really kind of look at what's gonna play out a little bit more.
Yo, so whoever watching the show that's on headset, can y'all mute the show, please?
Let me see what that is. Might be Guru.
I don't know who it is,
Yeah,
but
that's
nah,
Guru.
Rob.
That's Guru.
Oh,
I just muted him. You might have to mute him too.
oh, there you go. Nah, he just muted himself.
Okay.
Y'all about to play now, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll give y'all updates on the game, fellas. Even though it's gonna be broadcasted, we'll give updates to the game. All right, Max, let's talk about the 2026 Heisman Trophy winner. Look, Raleek Brown won the Heisman last year. And me personally, I think is the hardest thing to do is to win it back to back years. He's not in the top 5 right now, and me personally, I think that's criminal. Now, maybe because I played against him and I know the damage he done in that game, playing me since the 3 games we played. Well, 2 games we played, the damage he's done, to me, I think he's still in contention as a Heisman guy. But the top 5 they got on here right now is Notre Dame's Ahmad Hardy, North Carolina's Nathan Leacock, Tennessee's Peyton Lewis, Jordan Anthony, their do-it-all athlete, Arkansas's do-it-all athlete, and Reuben Owens, the transfer from Texas A&M to SMU, running back right now, are in your top 5. So when you look at that top 5 Heisman list, what are you expecting out of that? I mean, Ahmad has the highest voting right now. Do you think he take it down after the stellar season he had?
No, he's out the offs. Barring that Falk doesn't lose round 1, he has the conference championship,
That's it. Conference championship, Heisman to be announced right after that.
and that right there is where, like, if he wins the conference championship, and I'm certain if he wins it that this guy's going to be a factor,
All
I
right.
give it to Lee Lock. You could say the same for the Alabama game and
And
Tennessee.
Peyton Lewis.
Yeah, it just depends on how big each individual is in those games and in that moment. I would say both of them mean a hell of a lot. Um, Watching UNC play, North Carolina play, um, I just think Lelock, it just depends on what type of game is needed. It's a conference game, like a divisional game in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So it's third time, well, second time they'll be playing, fourth time overall they're played. I don't know if he's all the way keened into maybe him because it is Falk where he spreads the ball out, but Boone's running back and that scheme he has, like, could be a long night for Alabama. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Me personally, I think Peyton Lewis is more vital to the win against Alabama
Yeah, I was
than
just about to say I
Nathan
give the
Leacock.
edge to Peyton. I was just about to say I give the edge to Peyton because I just feel like Boone's definitely gonna need him to beat Bama.
And let's just talk about the usage, right? We know Nathan Leacock is right now is one of the, if not the best receiver in college football right now. He's been that since his freshman year last year, right? But the way Coach Boone uses his running back right now, to me, right, he's number 2 on this list is Ahmad Hardy, and then it's Peyton Lewis. And if you take a look at the stats, you're looking at a guy that got 205 carries for 1,402 yards. He averages 6 yards to carry, 19 rushing touchdowns, but he does have almost 1,000 yards as a receiver, 59 catches, 902
And
yards
that's
as a
what I was saying.
receiver.
Like, yeah, if Boone gets to doing his shit, then
What happens if Peyton Lewis go out there and have a big game as a running back and receiver, but they don't win the game? Do you think that hurts him in the Heisman race?
yeah, definitely. Especially if North Carolina wins. Now, if they both lose, maybe, maybe not, because like I said, Notre Dame's not playing anybody. So
Nathan Leacock got 111 catches, Max, 1,966 yards receiving. He went over the 2,000-yard mark last year. He's going to do it again this year as long as he continue to play. 24 touchdowns right now, 877 yards after contact. But he got 9 drops on the year. Is that pressing to you? Is that concerning, the 9 drops?
no, you said 111.
9 drops out of 111 catches.
Nah, it's like every 12. I'll be generous and give him I'll round up because scheme. That's like every 12 to 13 catches, he gives me a drop. I'm not really upset with that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Shit happens. Yeah, you're not a pro yet.
Max, when you look at who's up for the Maxwell Award, right? This award is presented to the Player of the Year. You're looking at Ahmad Hardy out there at Notre Dame, 217 rushing attempts, 1,769 yards, 8 yards a carry, 32 rushing touchdowns. Max, he got 43 catches, 356 yards. Now he wasn't as dangerous as Jeremiah Love in the receiving game, but I think he picked it up in the run game. Jeremiah Love didn't have the numbers that he got, touchdowns or rushing yards or rushing attempts that Armand Hardy has. He brings a different dimension to that running back game. So we're looking at top five right now. He's leading the way. Nathan Leacock has second place votes right now. Peyton Lewis third. Jordan Anthony though, 79 catches on the year, 1383, 10 touchdowns, 468 receiving yards, only 3 drops on the year, but he has been a vital part to their running game.
Real Tavon Austin vibes.
hmm And only Coach Carter could do that, right? To get a player and put him into that like college mode, right? Where you don't know what position he really is. Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? What is he? Like he's their gadget guy, and he really does a really good job of putting him in situations to be a vital part of their offense. He's
Yeah, I know he's
majority of their
upset that
offense.
he ain't I know he's upset he's a senior. Got to get him trying to crawl his way into a chance and getting to show some shit in the playoffs with his guys. So I know this has got to be a little frustrating because this actually is a dog.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna go run probably the fastest 40 at the combine. Does that guarantee him the first round? If he runs a 4.2 at the combine, does that guarantee first round?
That and his last two things of tape and stats, I think he's definitely like, if not first round at the back end where those fast receivers kind of go, that Kansas City range, definitely early second round.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the guy that has the number 5 spot right now is Ruben Owens, the Texas A&M transfer. Look, I think the reason why he left Texas A&M, even though it would have been his show this year, was he was upset that he felt like he had a
Oh my
better
God.
season than the starting running back over there for Texas A&M, and that led him to the transfer portal. He went to SMU, stayed home. He's a Texas guy. He stayed in Texas. He averaged 7 yards a carry, 12 rushing touchdowns, but he also got 776 yards receiving right now for the SMU Ponies. My question to you is, does he have a shot at winning this Maxwell Award, or you think it's going to be just good that he's on the list, top five?
I think it's impressive he's on the list. I think if you gave him like 75 more 50 to 70 more carries, he might be higher up because his numbers are actually really impressive when you compare
Yeah,
him to the other two running backs that are up there.
yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Man, 32 rushing touchdowns for Ahmad Hardy right now. How do you undo that? Like, how do you not see that as the best player in college football? 32 touchdowns. We're not even talking about receiving touchdowns. We're just talking about his rushing touchdowns. 32 on the year right now. And counting, right? Because he still got bowl game to play. Um, man, I don't see how you can undress that, right? And if whoever wins this award will win the Walter Camp Award as well. And then you start looking at the Bear Bryant Cody Award right now. Let me ask you this: who's more impressive right now, B. James, the Washington head coach, or Bully Murray hasn't lost a game with Arizona State yet, and they're 4 and 5 in the coaches list right now when it comes down to the users.
I would have to go B Murray. Um, season one, what I'm saying, undefeated natty. Season two, undefeated going into the CCs. Definitely confirms a playoff spot. So
Yeah, like right now, to me, he's the best coach in college football right now. And his record shows it, and his wins show it as well. Um, he's really holding the Big 12 down for sure. All right, we're looking at quarterback awards right now. David O'Brien Award. This award is presented to the quarterback of the year, and your top five are Torrey Newkirk. He got 5,308 yards passing, 61 touchdowns, threw 21 interceptions this year, and he has 67 completion percentage. 382 yards on the ground as well as a dual threat. Max, talk to me about the true sophomore that took North Carolina from unknown to like the team to beat in college football these last 2 seasons.
um, I mean, definitely impressive because he's labeled a pure runner, and I'm looking at him as a passer for real. Definitely, just I think an overall nice quarterback for Falk in the sense that he's, 6'3", 201. He's got like a college look, college feel. Um, he can do the other intangibles that Falk's not really worried about when he tucks the ball, but the fact that he's doing all of this with like physicals of a runner and not of a thrower is definitely I feel like more impressive than what a lot of motherfuckers is gonna be thinking about.
And the fact that he made him one of the best, if not the best thrower of the football in college football right now as a true sophomore, and he hasn't even unlocked what he could do on the ground right now. I think if he start to use his feet a lot more, playoffs and on, I think you're looking at a team that could be real dangerous right now, especially with the weakness of their offensive line. Their offensive line is not strong at all, but he makes up for it, getting the ball out fast. But like, what happens when you start taking off, or they do design runs for him? I think he could be a big problem. Would you call Taven St. Clair the 5-star freshman for Ohio State? He won the job during pretty much going ending last season. He actually took this job, but the fact that he got Ohio State ranked number 3 in the country, one loss all year right now, and right now 3,790 yards passing, 44 touchdowns, only 6 INTs, that's 65%. Uh, how do you feel about Ohio State and their redshirt freshman at quarterback?
I'm definitely impressed. Most I think that stands out with the 6 picks because I know his play style.
Right.
It's pretty aggressive or can be aggressive at times, as it should be with the receiving core that he has. But it seems like he has a balance between like it's either going yard or it's staying safe, staying short. Um, or he's probably, like I said, then running the ball with his running back. He doesn't have that many rushing attempts. I think that part of his game will probably come in his next year. But right now they're trying to fill out what type of like passer they have.
Yeah, I think with the weapons you got at receiver, you got to have him locked in at throwing the ball downfield.
Another
Um,
another 6'3", 6'4" quarterback though.
yes, sir. All right, number 3, Colorado's Julian Lewis right now is on the board with 4,937 yards passing, 53 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 72 completion percentage, match, 74 rushes, 484 rushing yards, but he got 9 rushing touchdowns as well. What do you think about the Colorado product?
What points out to me here is his completion percentage. Highest out of the top three. Um, Still right at that 5,000 yard mark. Basically, we give him that. It's a unique feat as a college quarterback. I feel like not a lot of college quarterbacks are just throwing 5,000 yards. Not a lot of pros is throwing 5,000 yards. So um, pretty impressive. And then with him being a redshirt freshman, obviously you look at him, St. Clair, and you're kind of like, all right. And Washington quarterback too. I know we didn't make it down there, but Washington quarterback too, kind of just knowing that those quarterbacks are going to be big for their programs. Um, I like it though, because
Yeah,
Juju's out there with no mentals. So
yeah,
him and
none.
Sinclair
All right.
and Atori actually, none of these quarterbacks have mentals. So road games, weather games, big
It
games,
gets
any
big. He
type of
threw
those
3 picks in
games.
the Arizona State game, being on the road. And this is what I would say. I say Julian sitting behind Caden Salter all last year and taking that red shirt helped him out understand the offense a lot more. Brian Leftwich's offense, but like I do think you can still see the youth in him, and those mentals matter, right? Because on the road, it's hard. It's hard to keep him consistent. And then not just that, they are playing 4 new starters up front on that offensive line, which also plays a factor in to what's going on. I think with North Carolina and Colorado, offensive line play is questionable when it comes out of pass blocking. So those guys have to speed up their clock a little bit. And the fact that 12 interceptions is, to me, is a high number, but not super high for a guy that is only a freshman. So Sam Levitt, he's only a redshirt junior, Max, and he felt like he'd been in college football forever. But look, man, he's a national championship winner. He hasn't lost a game in 2 seasons. 3,811 yards, 41 touchdowns, only 8 INTs, but passing completion percentage is at 61. Is that concerning to you for the guy to be a veteran like that?
No,
Me either.
I think he lost some receivers last year, so I think this is probably more of a product of just
A new
adjusting to who he
offensive
was.
line and some new receivers on the field. But I think he play at a high level, and he's making some young guys play at a high level. They got a freshman receiver over there that's playing at a super high level right now, dog. I mean, the kid got the speed to do anything on the field. And he do a good job of using his running back out the backfield as well. Treston McMillan, though, takes the starting job from Damon, who was a young quarterback in his own right. But this guy comes in, he won a job because he's a pure runner, strictly because of his speed. But 3,163 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, passing completions percentage 66. For him to be a runner, though, he does have 112 carries, but only 441 yards. We know sacks take away from what they really doing in the run game at quarterback. But how do you feel about Treston McMillan?
Overall, I feel like gotta just be able to look a little bit more film on them, but kind of like I said, in that redshirt freshman range where it's you're labeled a pure runner, so it's got to take everything that you're doing with the throwing with the grain. I feel like a little bit more. So I'm not like overall impressed, but I'm not deflated by like anything he has going because 25-6 is still cool. In the playoffs, he's ranked 66% is solid. And then I'm really looking at 112 and thinking he's probably closer to like 600 yards,
Right.
you know, bare minimum, but I feel like that's honestly still solid. It's almost 4,000 yards from your quarterback as a whole. So,
Chuck Bednarik reward this goes to the best defensive player. Max, KJ Mosley, the Alabama middle linebacker, the super freshman, to me is the best freshman in college football right now. 6'2", 235-pound signal caller and Mike linebacker. Comes in day one, get the start. As soon as he walked on campus back there in December, learns the system, gets the start. And right now, 48 tackles on the season, 36 tackles for losses, 15 sacks, and 7 interceptions. Is there a better defensive player in the country than the true freshman for Alabama?
now I was looking at this when I was looking at the tackles for loss. I kept looking back and forth at his tackles and tackles for loss. It's kind of wild.
Hey,
Um,
damn, my bad. Randall got bad net there, dude. God damn it. Come on, bro.
I gotta charge it. Hold on. Go get your sister's phone.
Dang, bro.
48 tackles, 36 tackles for
36 tackles for
losses,
loss.
bro.
Yeah, it's literally only 12.
Bro. I can't.
Like
Who
that's pretty.
got you got it up, Boom?
Nah, I don't. I hope he had it. He probably got it up, man. But I stopped him and I was driving. Just converted a third down on my like 40 going in, 30 something going in. Man,
I
nigga,
don't
net
know if he
net.
got it up.
Ben Roberts, Texas Tech middle linebacker. You got to play him last night, Max. How's the senior? What do he look like on the field? 56 tackles, 37 tackles for losses at Mike linebacker, 6 sacks, 1 fumble recovery.
Um, I think I ain't throw this nigga a pick. No, he was solid for. I think he was a good little run fit like type of
NFL type
linebacker.
linebacker though.
Yeah, like I think NFL pedigree just definitely coming out of like as Texas Tech has continued to build their program. Um, with that oil money and shit, I think he's definitely going to be a staple guy. Second round probably.
Yeah, I like him. I do think he is a rangy linebacker. He does a really good job in the run game. I do think that, he can get a little better in pass coverage, but outside of that, thumper is what his archetype is, and he plays like that. Taufik Bayard, the redshirt junior, man, his brother is an NFL star. Taufik Bayard balling out for Colorado right now. 6 interceptions on the season, 5 pass deflections. Got 35 tackles, max 3 sacks, 56 tackles assisted right now. The strong safety. He plays in the box big time. He does a really good job in the run game with Colorado. At the same time, he can play really good football in the back end. I do think that NFL pedigree is what make him a standout right now. But number 3 on this list, I do think that it's going to be hard to keep him from this argument. But I think KJ Mosley got this thing shoe locked in right now. Wesley Williams,
Boom, ready to set it again?
would have dropped.
Yeah, it dropped.
Yeah.
I kept getting that fucking message during the whole game.
I hate when that shit be happening, bro. That shit torture.
You ready? Tell me when to hit it. We're going to hit at the same time.
Where you go? Boom was just in here.
No, man. Oh, shit, I muted that. Hold on. Because, shit was going on.
Oh yeah, he was playing a video. That's right. I was like, damn.
Yo,
You,
net.
I should never do that. I don't
I
know
don't
why
Hey
they
understand.
playing
He
man,
that
don't be
shit.
having no
hey,
connection issues,
it
really.
did it. It did it at the beginning of the game. You were streaming, weren't you?
Yeah, I cut that when I cut the stream on.
Yeah,
Then that's probably why it fucked the network up. I
Yeah,
cut the stream
I
off.
wouldn't broadcast this game too important. Just save that shit and play it afterwards.
And I'm going to record it. Cause I was
Yeah,
trying to broadcast it. That bitch went to
yeah.
tripping. I said, man, what the fuck? Cause I
that's
couldn't
it.
pick my player.
Yeah.
That's why they called the timeout. I couldn't say her to nothing. That's why I called the timeout.
Well, while
I
we
couldn't even
got
pick
you
the
on here,
kickoff.
before you play your game, man, we've been talking about KJ Mosley, the super freshman at linebacker, man. Tell me why he is the best player in college football as a true freshman.
He's a complete player, man. He do everything. He can say the quarterback.
Yeah.
He can stick running backs out the backfield.
I mean, 15 sacks,
And
7 interceptions. This man got 36 tackles for losses with 48 tackles. That means majority of his tackles are in the backfield, dog. Oh my God. That's
he's a sure
impressive.
tackler.
That's impressive. That's impressive as shit. Freshman with the green dot. This kid's 18 years old and got the green dot. That means he's the smartest player on their defense. All right, number 5 on this list is Bray Herbert, Alabama strong safety.
Tell him
He's
when
a
to hit it.
senior.
All right, hold
6'2",
on.
Five
I'm
is
going back
215,
Reese.
on.
92 overall, bro.
Five is Reese.
Nah, 5. Chuck Bernard. 5 is Bray Herbert.
Oh,
Wesley.
you're on Chuck Bernard. I thought you was
Yeah.
on the other shit. My fault.
Wesley Williams is the Duke's guy. He leading the nation in sacks right now with 21. The Bronco Nowinski 5 is Averill Reese. Yep. This
Yeah,
goes
that's
to the
my
best
fault.
defensive player. Yeah, KJ, Ben Robinson, Taufik Thomas, Wesley Williams, and Averill Reese.
Man, hey, that shit sucked, boy. I swear. Like, I was fucking dry. I'm glad it happened early though.
42 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions for the linebacker, the signal caller for Ohio State. And look, his role to me, Max, is that he stepped his role up considering what they lost in that linebacker room, and for him to continue to be the leader in that linebacker room. And like, look, as a true senior, this kid will be a draft pick within the first 2 days, in my opinion.
Definitely. I'm
All right,
thinking second round, probably. Second,
let's
yeah, second
yeah,
round.
second round. I
All right,
think
bro.
second round
We
too.
get it.
Let's talk about the Jim Thorpe Award winner right now. You got no winner, but the guys that are in the top 5. You're looking at Tawfiq Bayard. We spoke on him. Bray Herbert is in the conference championship game right now, 92 overall. Bro, Max, it's hard to find a 6'2", 215-pound safety, bro. Like that size is everything at safety. This guy could play in the box, but he's a cover specialist at strong safety. Like he's a better guy on the back end than he is up front playing in the tackle, even though he got 44 tackles.
Yeah, I think just another player that can move around in that Bama defense.
Yes, sir. AJ Harris, man, 94 overall. Is this the best corner in this year's upcoming draft? He leading the nation. Hillberger's corner leading the nation with 11 interceptions, 9 pass deflected.
I like him the best outside corner. I feel like I got the best slot corner.
Bumper run specialist. Colton Hood, my guy, man. Dion allowed him not to. He only a redshirt junior. If he come back, I think he'll rise the stock even farther. But to me, I do think he a day first round, second round type talent. He might be a late first rounder or early second, in my opinion. If he comes back for his senior season, he'll be one of the best corners in college football coming back. 4 interceptions, 11 pass deflected, 41 tackles. So that's 11 interceptions he dropped. Rayshawn Clark, sophomore, hybrid, could play nickel or any one of the safety positions for Washington with 6 interceptions, 4 pass, broke up 36 tackles. Right now, he's number 5 on this list. Some guys, man, and Max, for the most part, most of the guys that are up for these awards are playing postseason football. I think wins matter in this conversation. Ahmad Hardy, Peyton Lewis, Ruben Owens, but how about Isaac Brown, Louisville's all do it all running back? And there's Relief Brown at 5. Me personally, Relief Brown is as advertised, for sure. Like he could do it all, man. Like not just as a runner. And they've been hosting a true freshman that gets a lot of playing time that cut into some of his numbers this year, but 14 rushing touchdowns. They're not using him as much as they did last year as a receiver. We do know Malik Brown before he left USC, he was playing receiver, slot receiver out there for them, but he left because he wanted to be a running back, and I think that's going to get him drafted for sure after this season's over with, considering what he's done over the last 2 seasons. In the receiving room, Nathan Leacock, 111. All right, how do you feel about Jordan Anthony being the number 2 receiver on this list, Max, right in front of Elijah Thomas? To me, this
Um,
award is presented to the best wide receiver in
yeah,
college football.
I feel like as a receiver, I should definitely be second. But I just think they have to take in, I guess, the gadget aspect. But as a receiver, I just feel like, yeah, Elijah should be second.
Like when you look at like this upcoming draft, if Nathan Leacock decided to leave as a redshirt sophomore, he is draft eligible. Looking at 6'3", 221 pounds. You're looking at Elijah Thomas, 6', 197, right? C.J. Smith, 6'2", 195. These guys, Jeremiah Smith, 6'3", 220, and the top 5 receivers in the country right now, they got receiver bodies, NFL prototype bodies, right? Jordan Anthony is a gadget player, but you know that the league loves those type of players as well. My question is, do you think he could be any team's number 1 receiver in the NFL?
No, not the number one. I don't think he could be any team's number one.
Yeah, I think he'll go into the league and be a weapon for any team, and it's going to have to be the right team, and the right team got to know what to do with this kid to make him really reach his potential. All right, the Lombardi Award. This award is presented to the best defensive lineman of the year. Right now, Wesley Williams for Duke with 23 sacks, leading the nation. How about Jaheim Otis, the big D tackle for Colorado, 21 tackles, 29 tackles for loss, and 17 sacks. At Alabama's Trey White, the transfer with 15 sacks, 17 tackles, 23 tackles for loss. You're looking at Alexander McPherson, Colorado's young junior edge rusher with 13 sacks, 21 tackles for losses. Max, did Double A play for? He played for Oklahoma, right? Transferred out. Did
Yeah,
he
he
play
played
for
from Oklahoma. Yeah, he played for Oklahoma. He transferred out.
11 sacks, 20 tackles for losses at number 5 on this list? The Unitas Golden Arm Award. Tennessee's Alonzo Barnett. Indiana's Fernando Mendoza. SMU's Kevin Jennings. Oklahoma's Jackson Arnold. When the kind of users are on this list, and this goes to the senior quarterback of the year. Best edge rushers in the league. Same guys up here: Wesley Williams, Trey White, Alexander McPherson, Double A, and Sammy Okalola, who led the league in sacks last year. Samuel's sitting with 10 sacks this year, I think. 11 sacks, 22 tackles for losses. He had 20-something sacks last year, so his numbers are down as a senior. But I do think he still will be at least a second-round pick in this upcoming draft. All right, Outland Trophy Award goes to IL for Oregon or Parker Ridgeway, LSU, Parker Braceford, center, Alabama, and Leonardo Amazula, Texas's left guard, Billy Stroth, Notre Dame's left guard, top 5. Got you. Johnny Mack Award, Mark Way, the best tight end. UCLA's Rico Flores Jr. is almost to 1,000. He look 85 catches, 1,076, 7 receiving touchdowns, 1,041 and 7 receiving touchdowns. These tight ends balling. EJ Howard, 41 catches, 750, 13 touchdowns. Lawson Lucky, Texas A&M, 69 catches, 805, 7 touchdowns. And Jack Enders, 49 for 779 and 7 touchdowns for Texas. That Dick Buckers Award, best linebacker, KJ Moses, Ben Roberts, Averill Reese, Blake Nicholson, and Robert Woodard Jr. from Auburn. Remington Award, center, Oregon's IAL, Parker Parker Breastfoot, Ashton Craig, Notre Dame, and Sam Yoon, UCLA, to transfer. Jetta Ward, Chris Johnson Jr., SMU, and Jelani Watkins, USC. Jalen Mbakwe, Alabama. Raleek Brown, Arizona State. Malachi Tony, Miami. And the Sean Alexander Award, freshman Tavian St. Clair, Julian Lewis, Damon June, Tristan McMillan, Cooper Reed S7. As y'all know, the Alabama-Tennessee game has kicked off right now. We will figure out what's going to happen in that SEC championship game. It's a big-time game. Looks like Colorado and Arizona State will be somewhere around 7:30 tonight, depending on a response back from Brandon and Coach Brandon for Arizona State. Make sure that time fits him. We are looking to see what time Washington and Ohio State will be playing. I'll go to the schedule to see if any of those games kicked off outside of the game we watching. All right, so we got to find out what time North Carolina at Clemson play and Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a home game for both of those teams, for real. And then Ohio State and Washington plays in Indianapolis. Tennessee and Alabama kicked off already. They are in Atlanta, Georgia playing.
3-0 right now, Tennessee.
Tennessee up 3-0. Colorado, number 11-4 versus Arizona State. They are kicking off in Jerrysville, Arlington, Texas, some point tonight. Let's take a look at recruiting before we get out of here. Let's do a baby 5-star flex. All right, the last time we did this show, we saw Colorado was at number 1. They dropped to number 4 right now. Clemson is number 1 with 16 total guys brought in, 5 5-stars, 10 4-stars. Ohio State jumped to number 2 with 4 4-stars and 4 5-stars and 12 4-stars. Florida with 5 stars, 14. Colorado with 2 and 16. Oklahoma with 2 and 14. Let's talk about the 5-stars only right now. All right, so Clemson, Ohio State, Florida, Notre Dame, all got Alabama, all got 3 5-stars in the building. That's 19 from the top 4 teams, right? 9 and 18, sorry. 18 5-stars are signed between Clemson, Ohio State, Florida, Nebraska, and Alabama. 20, Colorado, 22, Oklahoma, 24, Tennessee. And then there's 25, 26, 27, 28, 5-stars signed. 4 of them left. So let's get to the 5-star flex. All right. So the top 5 guys are already verbally committed to their schools. Tennessee with 3 and 4. Clemson got the number 5. So number 6, Roderick Garber is still not signed yet, and Washington hasn't moved him. I think he locked everybody out. I think Georgia Tech about to come in and swoop and get the 5-star because Washington hasn't moved 1 inch on him, and it looked like he dropped his scholarship as well. So the teams that were in the running for this kid got locked out because they don't want to offer him the bread. Seems like Georgia Tech is willing to pay him the money he's asking for. Clemson got the number 7 player, Ohio State number 8, Colorado the number 9. The number 10 hasn't committed yet. It's between Colorado and Oregon right now. Oklahoma with the number 11. Ohio State with the 12th player. Oklahoma with the 11th player, Jamari Blanco, corner. Ohio State got the 14th edge. Alabama, Lonnie All, free safety. They got the number 2 free safety in the country. Florida State goes and get the number 3 corner, Reuben Garvin. The number 17th player, David Quails, quarterback, hasn't signed yet. Who is he looking for, though? TCU, Texas Tech balling out for him. Beller in the mix as well. Florida Stein's Reggie Thomas, the will,
Jamari
outside
Blanco
will.
is a tough corner, name low.
I agree. Ain't that name hot, though, Jameer? Jamari Blanco. Blanket, they gonna start calling you Blanket. Why the Max start calling you Blanket? Same Bayard look like he about to sign with Nebraska. Still Ohio State and Nebraska and Ohio State battling for the number 3 safety in the country. Notre Dame brings in Tavon Jewell. That's a hot name too. Bump and run specialist from Akron, Ohio. Cornerback, number 4 cornerback in the nation. Emeka Nix, the 5-star quarterback, number 4th quarterback on the board, 6'5", 217 pocket passer. The number 4 free safety, Marlon Holly, 6 foot 184 coverage specialist from out of Princeton, New Jersey. Jalen Butcher, wide receiver. Colorado brings in the 5-star, the 23rd player in this class. Antoine Cook, as he's seeing what KJ Mosley is doing for Alabama. He like, I want parts of that. Let's go. And he comes in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 6'2", 223-pound thumper. Clemson brings in the number 5 corner, and Matt Camarda out of Memphis, Tennessee, 6'3", 167 pounds. Notre Dame comes in again with Trey Cassidy, right tackle, the number 2 right tackle in the nation, 6'6", 281 pounds out of Springfield, Illinois. Kyrie Barmore, speed rusher, 6'6", 236 pounds. Edge rusher goes to Clemson. He's from Macon, Georgia. Alabama gets the number 6 corner in Deron Thompson, the 5'11", 197-pound bump and run specialist. Stays from Duncan, Texas. They got Duncanville, Texas. They already got a kid, Keelan Russell, from that high school on their roster. They go get a guy he played with, No Diddy, from Duncanville, Texas, to come to Alabama and play for Nick Saban and the Crimson Tides. Arizona State takes Nate Senior. He is a dog athlete, though, right? But power rusher, 6'4", 276. He stays in the state of Arizona, beating out Oklahoma and Colorado in that battle for the Peoria, Arizona native. Arkansas goes and get Don Urban. I like that name, Urban. Athlete, East-West playmaker, 6'1", 196-pound running back out of St. Petersburg, Florida. You know, if you go to Florida and get that talent, you're going to Florida to get that speed. Yeah, athlete. I think what they want him to be is what they doing with Jordan Anthony. That's what they looking at for him to become. Oregon brings in Stan Isaac, backfield creator, 6'4", 216 pounds out of Temecula, California. They bring in the 5-star, the 31 ranked player in the nation. And Von Brink, another edge rusher, 6'6", pure power, 252, goes to Clemson from out of Sharpsburg, GA. Clemson tears Georgia up every year, and he's doing it again. That's your 5-star flex, so there's only 4 available right now, and as you can see, the number 19 player is open, the number 17 player is still in the battle, the number 10 player is in the battle, and the number 6 player is in the battle right now. The 5 stars are already verbally committed. You know how that go. Let's talk about what's going on stat-wise throughout the nation right now. We'll start off with the nation, and then we'll start off with the conferences first. Let's start with the SEC when it comes down to passers right now. Eli Holston looks like he's dominating the SEC with 4,258 yards. He does have another year left. I think he's going to come back and play for Arkansas and Coach Corey. 35 touchdowns, 24 interceptions, 8-3 TD ratio, 5-7 interception ratio. Arch Manning, 4,013, 32 touchdowns, 22 interceptions, 7-9, and 5-5 interceptions ratio. Jared Curtis, the true freshman Georgia, 3,994 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Jackson Arnold, the veteran, 3,864 yards passing, 39 touchdowns, 22 picks, and his second stop at Oklahoma. Young Kevin Stabler, Kenny Stabler's grandson, 3,740 yards, 41 touchdowns, 19 picks, 12-0 in touchdown ratio, 5.6 interception ratio. DJ Lagway, 3,735 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 13 picks. How about Leonard Sellers, 2,417, 22 and 15. You got some guys, right? Because you still got Deuce Knight, 2,049, 27 and 14. You got Mincha for Texas A&M, 2,044, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And you got young JKS for LSU with 2019 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. The Big Ten, you're looking at Nico Amaliva, 73 completion percentage, 4,863 yards passing, 49 touchdowns. 11.4 TD completion percentage, interceptions 19, 4.4 interception touchdown. Touchdown to interception ratio 2.6. Dylan Raiola, 4,305 yards passing, 42 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Balling out for Nebraska. Avery Johnson, 67 completion percentage, 3,932 yards, 28 touchdowns, 22 picks. Sinclair, 65 completion percentage, 3,790 yards passing, 44 touchdowns, and only 6 INTs on the year right now. Bryce Underwood, 70 completion percentage, 3,602 yards, 26 touchdowns, 17 INTs on the year. McMillan down here with 3,163 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, playing well for the Washington Huskers. Undefeated too. Big 12 play, Julian Lewis, 72 completion percentage, 4,937 yards passing, 53 touchdowns, 10-1 TD percentage, 12 interceptions, 2.3. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions when it comes down to TD interception ratio. The senior, Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech, 6'3", 236 pounds. He threw for 4,442 yards, 4,402 yards, 42 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. And the undefeated national championship quarterback, Sam Levitt, 61% though, but 3,811 yards, 41 touchdowns, only 8 INTs. The boy balling right now. Josh Hoover doing the same thing with 3,714 yards, 25 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. ACC play quarterbacks. Torrey Newkirk, 5,308 yards, 61 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Kevin Jennings, 57 completion percentage, 3,616, 30 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Briggs Cherry for Louisville, 72 completion percentage, 3,596 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Balling out from Matt Chadwick, Miami, 3,478, 37 and 20. In the run game, right now, Duke Watson, 1,603 yards, 9.6 yards a carry, 16 touchdowns, 134 yards a game with 14 runs over 20 yards. Isaac Brown has 1,538, 7.8 yards a carry, 30 touchdowns, 128 yards a game, 19 runs over 20 yards. Ruben Owens, 1127, 7.9 yards, 12 touchdowns, 94 yards a game, 13 runs over 20 yards. Cam Davis, 1,000-yard rusher for Florida State, 5 yards a carry, 16 touchdowns, 84 yards a game, 9 runs over 20 yards. Big 12, Ruben, 1424, averaging 9.4 yards a carry, 14 touchdowns, 119 yards a game, 17 runs over 20 yards. That speed kills. How about Trackhawk, the Kaylon Teller, 1252, 9 yards a carry, 19 touchdowns, 104 yards a game, 12 runs over 20 yards. Big 10. Javion Thomas, 1288, 7.2, 13 touchdowns, 14 runs, 20 yards or more. Mark Fletcher Jr., 1,076, 5.6 yards, 12 touchdowns, 10 runs over 20 yards. Emmett Johnson, Nebraska, 1,053, 5.6, 11 touchdowns, 8 20-yard runs. They go your 1,000-yard backs with people with 943, 10 touchdowns, 12 runs over 20 yards. SEC running backs. Lewis with 1402, 6.8 yards to carry, 19 touchdowns, 117 yards a game, 17 runs over 20 yards. Caden Dorham, LSU, has a 1,000-yard back, 1192, 6.2, 13 touchdowns, and 14 runs over 20 yards. On their way to 1,000 is Nate Frazier and Richard Young. Wide receivers right now, Elijah Thomas, 69 catches, 1574, 17 touchdowns, the man averaging 131 yards a game. How about Jordan Anthony with 1383, 17.5 yard average, 10 touchdowns, 115 yards a game. Aiden Mizell, 69 catches, 1372, 19.9 yards a play, 10 touchdowns, 114 yards a game. Ryan Mosley, the true freshman for Georgia, 61 catches, 1168, 19 yards a game, 11 touchdowns, 97 yards a game. Perry Thomas, Auburn, 64, 1163, 18.2 yards a game, a play, and 8 touchdowns on the season with 97 yards a game. Big Ten, Jeremiah Smith, second on this list with 1180, 22.3 yards a catch, 15 touchdowns, 98 yards a game. Amari Cooper Jr., the speedster for Indiana, he got 1,084 yards, 8 touchdowns. Rico Flores, tight end, 1,076, 12.7 yards a play, 7 touchdowns, 90 yards a game, And his teammate, TMA, 1076, Ty, both of them got 1,076 yards, 18.2 and 11 touchdowns with, again, 90 yards a game. Nick Marsh, Michigan State, tight end Mac Markway with 1041, 12.7, 7 touchdowns, 87 yards a game. Big 12 receivers looking at Cooper Reed, 1332, 22.2 yards a play, 12 touchdowns, 111 yards a game. Makai Hudson, 1158, 24.69 touchdowns, 96 yards, 97 yards a game. Draylon Miller, 75 catches, 1,076, 14.3 yards a play, 13 touchdowns, and 90 yards a game. Big 12 touchdown makers, Hamilton with 15, Jaylon Miller 13, Cooper Reed 12, Sincere Brown 11, Cam Michael 11. ACC touchdown leaders, Lee Cockle 24, CJ Smith 16, Nye Card 16, Peyton Cook 13, CJ Sadler Jr. 13, Ruben Owens out the backfield with 12 catches as well. 15 for Jeremiah Smith, Barney Jr. with 12, Sims with 12, and TMA with 11, as well as Chase Brown with 10 touchdowns for UCLA. Elijah Thomas, 17 touchdowns. How about Isaiah Horton, 13 catches, EJ, 13 touchdowns, Mosley with 11, Ryan Williams with 10, Mizell with 10, and Anthony with 10 as well. Do it all, do it when you do it. We'll come back and talk about these championship games once they all get played. With that being said, I'll holler at y'all on the next one. I'm out of here. Ma, get